Hey everybody, welcome back. Tim here, Gamma VD, setting up a 100 series rack for an install, waiting for the customer to show up. Wanted to spend some time today just going over removing the old factory rack. It's something that we haven't done a great job documenting in the past, so that changes today. If you're into that, stay tuned. All right, up here on the roof, we've already got the covers popped off. And these are those little Torx. Guys, the driver you want is a T35. And I'm using a T30. If you don't have the 35, you can try this one. And if it works, you know, it works. But don't crank it, you might strip it. So 35 is the one, but you know, if you have two people, then you give one guy the 35 and one guy the 30. And sometimes the 35 is what you needed to break them free. Okay, so the rack's out of the way. And our next move then, I like to put a towel down just so I can throw wrenches and things around. But we got to pull out this drip rail cover. If you pull on the back, you can kind of pry it up and it'll give you a little handle. And from there, you're just going to wiggle and pull up and then work it down all the way to the front. And this is why we pull it off. So here's a new tower. It's going to set in there. There's nothing closing the ends off. So pine needles, dirt, snow, water is just gonna get in there. So it's easier and cleaner if you take it off. Also, we're gonna have another tower here and there's no access for that. So rather than try to modify this and patch it somehow, it's easier just to get rid of the whole thing. So your next move then is gonna be to pull these, presuming you had no tower there before. Sometimes you had a tower here, but not there. So you're gonna pull all four of the two front towers. And then there's three here in the middle. It's going to be the forward two of the three. That one can stay. I'm on the driver's side here. Back already has them removed. So grab your 12 millimeter and just pull those out. All right, the bolts are out. And now we got a decision to make. So where the old towers were, there's often a little pad. Sometimes this is a single, like a dog bone shaped pad under both of them. And I've installed them both ways. I've left them alone and they seal. I've never had an issue. I've also plucked them off and sometimes they fall off. Some of them don't have them, right? But we're gonna have a rubber sealing washer on all of these. So for consistency's sake, we're just gonna pop all of these off. I'll show you how to do that. And the easiest way is to get a big screwdriver and just stick it in that hole and then pull it back and it should just free up just like that. And then you can clean up this whole channel. Those are all off. And your next decision then is gonna be these plastic clips. Now these are literally just taped on and sometimes these will just fall off. You won't have a choice. In this case, these are stuck down and they probably aren't going anywhere. We might just leave those on. If you wanted to remove them though, just any kind of pry tool, just get it started in there and it should just kind of pluck off here. See if I can do it. All right, I couldn't do that and hold the camera, but there you go. And you can see it's just some sticky tape. You can see the old primer below. So most of the time we just leave these on, but of course that is your option if you choose to pluck those guys off. And that's really it. So this guys is all cleaned up, ready to go. And now it's time to put our new towers on and bolt the new rack up. Plenty of other videos for that. So there you go, 100 series rack removal. And you just wiggle your nose, install the rack, and away we go. So thanks for being with me on this one. If you need to see the install, of course, there's a 100 series install that'll show you exactly where every nut and bolt goes. Also watch the 200 series install, that they're very, very similar. They'll give you some good tips. Of course, the one that says watch this one in the title, that's the best one to watch for the tightening sequence. Hopefully we have enough videos for you. So enjoy those. Thanks again for being with me on this one and let me know your questions, what else you want to see.